way back? What did he decide to go take another look at? If you look at the map. What did he go take another look at on the way back? Right, remember that river, what it was called? And that was Decision Point. He wanted to explore the Marias River a little more. And so you can see by the dots that he made a little U-turn and headed back. Okay? Well, when he got back, Clark saw that he was recovering from a gunshot wound. What happened on that journey back along the Missouri River that Lewis took, Lewis and one of his men, his name was Pierre Pete Cruzat. You have a picture of him I gave you. He had one eye out. He was a one-eyed fellow. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Pete Cruzat, one-eyed fella. He and Clark went into the brush to hunt, and both were dressed in an elk skin. Well, according to the story, maybe more legend than truth, I don't know, but Lewis was accidentally shot in the buttocks by Cruzat, who mistook him for an elk. Okay? I always think of the time I went to my bow hunting training, and this guy was all excited. He says, you gotta look like you. You know, when you dress up, you gotta look like you. You gotta smell like you. You gotta act like you. And this fish and game guy that was there taking the class raised his hand, he says, you know, if you look like the elk too much, and you smell like the elk too much, and you walk like the elk too much, pretty soon you're gonna get shot or eat by a wolf. Okay? But anyway, the point being is evidently one-eyed Pete Cruzat couldn't quite tell the difference between an elk and Lewis and shot him in the buttocks. The wound was painful according to the journals, but no vital organs were damaged. Only his self-esteem. So the wound was painful, but no vital organs were damaged, and after Lewis recovered, the Lewis and Clark expedition continued down the Missouri River towards St. Louis. Where did they stop, do you think, from the time they left the mouth of the Yellowstone on their route to St. Louis? Where did they stop for a small period of time? Again. Stopped again. Mandan villages. So they stopped at the Mandan villages where Toussaint Charbonneau, Sacagawea, and Pomp departed from the party. They did not go back to St. Louis. They departed at the Mandan villages, where they did what? Hired it, right? Now, what do you think Toussaint Charbonneau, now think about this, kids, it's 1806, okay? What do you think he got paid for his services? How much did they pay him for his services? Considering that in 1953, the minimum wage in this country was $1 an hour. Okay, so this is 1806. What do you think he got paid? Anybody want to take a guess? What's that? Well, that'd be hard to figure hours, so just give me a total amount that Lewis and Clark gave him for his services. What do you guess? Okay, not a bad guess. Anybody else have another guess? Matter of fact, I'm kind of impressed, I guess. He actually paid him $450 for his services, which was really quite a bit of money then. So, of course, he spent a year of his life or so doing it, but he paid him $450 for his services. So the expedition stops at the Mandan villages, where Toussaint Charbonneau, Sacagawea, and Pomp part from the Port of Discovery, and the trapper was paid approximately $450 for his services. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you a little story here about canoes, and then I'm going to cut a little cake, and we're going to have a little break here. So you can put your notes in. I'm going to tell you this story. And this is no disrespect, but it's a funny story. So, you will learn about how the white man disrespected the Sioux hunting grounds all the time. You know what I mean? And so, finally, this Sioux chief got tired of it. And he captured a Montanan, a Wyomingian, is that what you call them? A Wyomingite and a Texan. Captured these three white guys that were kept going on Indian burial grounds and, you know, caused them trouble. So they bring in the guy from Montana. And the Indian chief says, Montana white man, tired of you treading on our burial grounds. We wish to kill you. How do you want to die? You have your choice of different things. He said, I'll die by the rifle. So anyway, I'll die by the rifle. So they shoot this guy, this Montana guy with the rifle, and they carve him into a canoe, because they're not going to waste him. They're going to carve him into a canoe. Okay? So they bring in the guy from Texas, and they say, Texas white man, you have violated our policies and our burial grounds. We're going to kill you. How do you wish to die? He goes, I'll die by the pistol. And all the young Indian braves go, ooh, brave man, brave man. So they shoot him with the pistol, and they carve him into canoe. So here comes a guy from Wyoming. Okay? He said, Wyoming white man, you have been violating our treaties for so long, trampling on our burial grounds. How do you wish to die? And the Wyoming guy said, I'll die by the knife. All the Indian braves are going, ooh, I don't know if that's very smart. He goes, oh yeah? Well, I'll tell you one thing. You're not going to make a canoe. Thank you.
You don't get it?